Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we're under quarantine, and I'm sure all of you guys are on under quarantine. So I figured, why not have a chat with you guys? Why not give you some things that you can do, what I'm gonna do while I'm under quarantine. And I've done a couple things already, but hope you guys can join me, and let's get to it. First things first. By the way, I'm not editing anything other than like the beginning and the end when I have to like clip or whatever. So everything's gonna be like raw, like unfiltered. And if you hear kids in the background, I'm sorry, but everybody's home. So I want to make myself comfortable. I have a pillow. Let me grab it. It's on the floor. It shouldn't be on the floor, but it's actually a pillow that I got from Aldi, and it's for your chair so your butt can have some cushion, because you already know we need some cushion for the booty. And I'm just gonna be sitting on the floor because that's just how I roll right now. Can't even see myself. My tripod, I actually left it in my car, and I'm kind of lazy to go get it. So let me bring you guys closer, actually, because I feel really weird so far away. Okay, let's see. Whoops, dropping shit. Okay, and I'm gonna be super ghetto and put a box right here because that'll help me out. Yes. Oops. Okay. All right, so I moved a couple things in my room. I made some office space, which I'm gonna have a video for you guys to show you what I did and what it looked like before, because it was an absolute mess what it looked like before. But yeah, this is a part where I used to have more things. I have my TV back there. I don't watch TV on my TV, believe it or not. It was in my closet for like the longest, and I'm like, you know what, I could bring it out now because I had to rearrange things, but I have it covered up right now. And I have my shoes back there too, and I have a maleta here. Yeah, because you never know when I'm ready to leave. So first things first, what you can do under quarantine. And I believe the number one thing that I do, and I'm sure many of you guys have done, is watch Netflix. Yeah, I'm that girl. So that's one of the first things that I did, and I am doing. Not good, sometimes not good, because I could be doing other productive things, but I choose to watch Netflix. I'm going to show you. Oh, there's an error. Better not be an error for I'm not sure what I recently watched. Share a little bit about it, and if you guys are interested in watching it, I'll put it down in the comments below. Let's get some internet because it kicked me out. Reload. I wonder how long this video is going to be. Okay, cool. So we have my Netflix up. This is the first one that comes up. This witch one, which, by the way, I don't know if any of you guys. Ooh. I don't know if you guys ever. My phone's trying to connect. I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but I don't know how I feel about that show. I have mixed feelings. They have a new season, and it has to do with this girl that she's a witch, like decades and decades. She comes back in the reality. She's cursed, and I like it. It's interesting, but in the beginning I think it's really dumb. It's like she's adapting to society now, and she does nothing. She doesn't know the slangs. She doesn't know how a cell phone works, all this other stuff. But it's interesting, like how it's like a love story, that the guy that she's in love with, she can connect with him on his time, and she can connect with him on her time. And like he sends, I'm gonna just like spill the beans, but it's always a witch. She sends him a cell phone, and he's like, "What the heck is this?" And it's a mess. They're like it was crazy because they were saying that she was like possessed, or the phone possessed her, because she had a video of herself talking and stuff like that. So I just felt like it grabbed my attention to watch it because it's interesting. But do I love it? Not as much, no. And I've been like, the new season's up, so I'm kind of interested to see it because I've already seen all the other season and all the episodes. So I don't know, that one's kind of a but it's interesting, and I like her, and her acting is pretty good. So siempre una bruja, so always a witch. So one recent movie that I just watched, which I thought it was actually liked it, is Love, Jacked. So it has to do, let me see if I can pull it up. Here it is. Love, Jack. So it has to do with a girl. She has this relationship with her dad where they're not happy with each other. Well, they have like that whole like father-daughter war type of thing, like who's right and he's always right, or so on. So she has this summer fling with this guy, and in Africa, she goes to Africa trying to feel inspired and so on, and she ends up getting engaged with this guy. She tells her family, her dad's hysterical, like, what the heck, you better get home soon. And then she ends up coming back home because the guy ended up cheating on her. She leaves, she goes back home. She doesn't want to tell her dad, like, because it's like, I told you so type of thing. So she meets this guy at a diner, and little do you know, she does the favor. So that thing sounds kind of similar, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny, and it's something to watch. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's an hour and 33 minutes, so if you want to kill some time, I'll watch that. What's another good one? Now, since we're in quarantine, these are the I'll give you a little feedback for these two, but actually I have, which is not good to drink, Monster. I have Monster because I need it. And I actually have some Doritos that I've never tried before that I actually want to try with you guys, first impressions. And gosh, I can't even open this. There's a sign that I shouldn't be drinking this. Oh my gosh. My nail. I'm going to break a nail. Okay. I got it. Oh, I got it. Not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me. I don't typically drink Monster, but I was like the flavor of it. I wanted some, so. Okay. So, we all know that I'm Mexican and I love spicy things. Flaming Hot Cheetos is the #1 go-to to always have. And if you're under quarantine, you should always have a pack of Flaming Hot Cheetos, okay? Always. But we're not trying that right now because I already know I like it. So, dun 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 dun. Doritos Flaming Hot Lemon. Now, obviously, I know I love the flaming, but this is actually Doritos, and it has limon, limoncito. And I have my salsa Valentina, and I put it in a thing because I don't want to bring the whole thing upstairs. So we have these to try out. Let me see if there's another Netflix movie that I can suggest. Well, the series On the Block, I don't know if you guys ever watched that. It has to do with teenagers that grow up together and they're going through different things in their lives. They're out in, I believe, I have no idea where in LA, but somewhere in California. And they're just high schoolers trying to survive high school, but also survive, you know, their hood and the things that come with it. So right in the end of the season, the last season, I was just so sad. Like, I'm gonna spoil it. I don't care. Okay, like, there obviously had to do with like a mission trying to find little Ricky. And Cochillos was the woman that loved him or whatever. And like, obviously they were like, they're best friends and they have been together for the longest. And now like, this is one of those last adventures. Like, we don't want to get too deep into it, you know, comes to it, obviously death, trying to kill someone, all this other stuff. And in the end, they survived. Cochillos, like, someone else handled that, and they ended up parting their ways because Monse left for boarding school. She said she would never forget them. 2 years later, well, let's just say it broke my heart. It broke my heart because they separated, and it was just so sad because you want to see a true happiness in the end, but at the same time, like, that's not always the case. And when it has to do with high school friends, you don't always stay friends with your high school buddies. You just don't. Some of us do. Some of us still have that friendship, which is good. I still have a friendship with my one high school buddy, but we're not like playing like every day type of thing like you are in high school. You're with them every day and stuff. But I'm happy I still have those relationships. And then I have my other friend, Darlene, that I actually became more friends with her after high school and stuff. So like, it just sucked to see that, and I'm like, so sad. It just made me sad. So anyways, let's try these flaming hot lemon Doritos. I'm about to call them Cheetos, but they're not Cheetos. Okay. Ooh, yummy. So I had another video that was gonna come up. I had to do with planking, but then I'm like, it's only a minute long, and you guys are under quarantine just like me. So I was like, hey, I'll just make something right now. Same thing. The limon, you can taste it right in the end. You can taste that spiciness. I love it. And it's just that chip taste. It's good. I like it with the limon. But the real question is, would I take these over these? Which one's your favorite? Do you prefer the Doritos or the hot Cheetos? Put it in the comments below. Are you Flammin' Hot Cheeto or you're a Dorito? Which one do you guys like best? Come to me. I like it, but all right. You know why the lemon gives it an extra, which I'm living for lemon? These are good. I give this, shit. They're good though. Like, I could eat these like the same thing, the same spiciness. So if you love the spiciness of this, you'll love the spiciness of this. And honestly, recently I haven't been tasting that this is as spicy because maybe my tolerance of spicy. But this has kind of tastes a little bit more spicy than this. What do the ingredients say? If it's the same thing. But like, no, legit, this tastes a little bit more. This tastes spicier than this. Or is it just my tolerance now? I don't know. It's the same thing, isn't it? I like that I taste the spiciness of it. And the limon gives it a kick. But to answer my question to myself, hot Cheetos every day. Every day. The Dorito chip, I don't love. The Cheeto chip, I love. I wonder what your guys' are. Yes. What other one could I recommend? Okay. So I recently watched yes, that will happen. So I recently watched Love is Blind. Let's talk a second, okay? Love is Blind. You guys, when I first saw it, you'll get my first reaction of it when I have my other video up, because I actually was like talking about it. But like, oh my gosh, if you have not watched this, let me see if I can look it up. So Love is Blind. Cameron. You guys.
If you're ready to find the love of your life.
Now this is an experiment.
What kind of work do you do?
So what are some of your biggest turn-offs?
So what are you looking for in a woman?
Ethnicity, race, physical appearance. None of that matters. I'm really starting to emotionally connect with you.
This would be a remarkable love story.
Oh, I don't like her. Like,
I don't have to see you to say that.
it's so crazy. Like, the one couple that fell in love within 2-3 days, Lauren and Cameron, like, I was like, wow, that's so crazy. But I loved her energy. I loved his energy. And I was like, I really hope they make it. Like, it'd be amazing, right? Some of these people are just like, nah. Others, a couple of them, like, were like on the spot, like, oh wow, like they're amazing, like together, like perfect. And when I saw Cameron and Lauren, that they were like, she said yes, he said yes, they got married. I don't care. I'm giving you the spoiler alert, okay? Like, I'm spoiling it. I'm sorry. You guys should have watched this already. And if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry that I spoiled it for you. But they're the one couple. I'm not going to tell you about other people. But they're the one couple that I was like rooting for. And I was just so happy for them. And I'm like, this is amazing. Now, do I believe Love is Blind? I don't know, because I've never been through that situation. But can you fall in love with somebody in a short amount of time? I think you can. But the thing is falling in love with someone and then actually getting to know them and see if they're compatible, because love is just one factor of a person. It's just one factor of the feeling. Like, there's other things that take into factor. So I was like, this is freaking crazy. You guys need to watch this. If you have not watched Love is Blind, watch it, okay? I'm sorry I spoiled it for you for Cameron and Lauren, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna eat my Dorito. All right, another thing that you could do under quarantine, which not many people do, but they will, is read. Okay, read books. Don't just read any books. The majority of you guys, I'm pretty sure, are my age, and we definitely have a lot of things that we question in life. And we're like, well, what's the next step for me? What's the next direction? What is it? Like, you're giving out this plan, like how life's supposed to be and so on, and what you're supposed to do, but how fulfilling is it, you know? And I'm always about working towards my goals. What is it that I want to do? How do I want to be successful? And how am I going to make money? And that's one of my things right now, is like, how am I going to achieve my goals and how am I going to make things happen and make money, because you don't want to be where you've been stuck for the past how many years. Tired of that, right? So like, we're all adults, we know, like there's always a next step to improve ourselves. So reading, don't get into the novelty shit, okay? Like, get into the real stuff. Don't waste your time into like ferries and boats and shit like that. Like that. Nah, ahora es para leer de verdad, y like, you have to read for real. So these are 3 that I suggest. I have more that I'm actually working on reading. So I finished, well, I didn't super finished. I'm almost done. I'm at 235 to finish this book. And this is a book with Damien John. And he is one of the founders of Shark Tank. This is the Rise and Grind book. He shares a little bit about him as far as like what he does and so on to get him keep moving in his experience. And he goes around interviewing and talking and sharing, picking at other people that are entrepreneurs that have, you know, successful careers, but what took them there? How did they get there? And what are they doing? What are they doing to get up every morning to focus on their goals and so on? So they have the one guy that created Shoe Dazzle here. No, not Shoe Dazzle. Forever 21. Brian Lee. They have Gary Vee, which if you don't know who Gary Vee is, he's freaking amazing. A social media marketer, influencer, all that great stuff. And he doesn't cut the bullshit, okay? Like, he's legit all about it. Carlos Santana, if you guys know who Carlos Santana is, put it in the comments, because you need to know who Carlos Santana is. His music is amazing. Like, he's a guitarist, and I mean, I only knew him because of the duets that he did with like Enrique Iglesias and all the other stuff, and like he's a legend, okay? Legend of rock and roll. I think he might have been one of the first Latinos maybe in Woodstock, maybe. I have to look back and see. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, like, it's just amazing. Like, let me read one. See if I have my notes in here, because a lot of them like share like what is it that they do in the morning. There was this one guy, I can't remember who it was, but he says like he thinks about, like, it sounds kind of crazy, but he thinks about his family members being dead and how would that make him feel and what he would have to do. And it's crazy how you the reverse psychology of it, because he's like, well, I have to enjoy every moment that I can with my family, because I don't know when you know, they'll be gone and stuff, which I think is true. Like, people are not, I have my like, I'm sorry, but I'll get off. People are not going to understand. I'm not going to relate unless it happened to them, okay? As much as I tell you guys, appreciate your family members, appreciate your mom and dad, your siblings. I mean, you could take that consideration, but you're not going to understand how it really, truly feels unless it happened to you, you know? And some people take that to heart. Some people don't. Some people do. And it's all up to you what you want to do. By the time we're at this age, we know better. Like, life can be taken away in a split of a second. You don't know when it's gone. Okay, so let's see if I could find Gary Vee. Let me go in the front. Oh, I love this quote that Damian Johnson said. The time will never be perfect, so you can only make perfect use of your time. Again, the time will never be perfect, so you can only make perfect use of your time. Damian Johnson. So this quote to me is true. Like, you know, when I actually quit my job so I can work my business and obviously find other methods of making money, you know, you never know when the time is right, but you make your time to be the time that it's right. So think about it in your life. So what's going on right now that you say you wish you want to do, but the time isn't right? We're under quarantine. I really want to do this, but the time isn't right. No, it's perfect time actually. It's just a matter of how you look at it. It's the matter of how you move forward. Now, what I do is I help entrepreneurs or inspiring entrepreneurs that are looking to take their business or looking to promote themselves online. I help them with boosting confidence. I help them with giving them the resources that they need to make sure that their social media is successful. A lot of people don't know how to do certain things on social media. It's like a new world to them. So I give them those resources. I give them the accountability. And it's an amazing feeling because I learn a lot. They learn a lot. And I coach them and I guide them. And it's just, I enjoyed that. So my thing is, for this quote for me, I'm scared a little bit. I'm not going to lie because of this whole quarantine thing. But I don't want to panic. Like, I need to step up and I need to make calls. And I need to, like, even though everybody else is freaking out, some people aren't. Like, I just need to get myself out there and, like, put myself out there that, hey, like, this is temporary. But, you know, business is still running online. So we have to take advantage of that. So if you're somebody that's like, I wanted to do this, but I just don't know how, link up with me. We can set up a consultation call. Like, it's, you know, don't be afraid that you don't think it's a perfect time because of quarantine. It is a perfect time because this is for the stock markets. Okay, if you want to buy some, and if you don't want to rely on a paycheck, you don't want to rely on a job. And some people are good. Like, some people, they're getting paid for the 2 weeks. Other people aren't. So you have to be in charge of your own money. You have to be in charge of what is it that you want to make sure you have your backup plan, right? So that's what I wanted to do. Now, like I said, I'm nervous too, but we can't let that stop us. You know, we can't. Anyways, back to this. I was going to go in the front. I like Gary Vee, so we're going to go to Gary Vee. He was in 107. I already read this, but I need to finish reading. I have only a couple left. Okay. Oh, this is a lie because that says Lola, not Gary's. What the heck happened here? Maybe it's a... You wrong. You're wrong. Oh, 125. So it's on the edge. So this is Gary Vee's grind checklist. So the first one is take your time each day to appreciate what you have and where you come from. Number 1, appreciation and gratitude. Number 2, comfort your fears. That's trick of minds Gary plays on himself each morning to be too dark, too painful for many to try at home. But you can dial it down a notch and force yourself to think the worst case scenarios and lie and wait for you in your career and your business. So he might have been the one that said that, but thinking about I'm pretty sure it was him then. The fears, your fears. The third one, juggle. Basically, this means you need to learn to walk and chew gum at the same time because there aren't enough hours in the day to get everything done. So you try to trick them off one by one. Which is true. Like, I stress out because of, I'm not going to lie, I stress out because of the amount of hours that we have in the day. And sometimes I feel like I don't get stuff done enough. And when I had my full-time job, less. I didn't even feel like I was getting anything done. And now that I have a lot more time, I'm like, crap, what am I doing? I'm not doing enough, am I? I got to work 10 times harder. That's a book that my coach told me. The 10X rule. So I know, I got to. What am I doing right now? Hours of the day to get everything done if we try to trick them off one by one. So next, delegate your own risks. If you're out to connect with your audience, to your customers, a genuine way, you can't hand off the job to someone else because people will see that right through you. So yeah, take it on your responsibility of what you need to do. Don't give it to somebody else to do because people will notice. People will notice if you're not being true to yourself and who you are. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not editing anything on here. All right. So, and then work-life balance is all about perspective. It's not the same for everyone. We all move in different places, live in different speeds, play our musics at different times. Yeah. Volumes at different times, sorry. Music at different volumes. The last two, don't always talk yourself into believing that your job or task is beneath you. I hope you're snapping with me. Let me read this again. Don't talk yourself into believing that a job or task is beneath you. Amen. Amen to this, because it's true. Like, it's true. You have to be humble about things. You have to be willing to do things and put in the work to learn. And also, you know, your job needs you. You know, you are a resource to them. Don't belittle yourself, because you are important. And a lot of places don't realize how important you are. And that's why a lot of people leave. And that's what I have left in the past in jobs, because I felt that way. And just know that you are a valuable source. And it's just, you are. And last, always remember to count your blessings, but keep in mind that you can't always count on them. Very true. So always remember to count your blessings, but keep in mind you can't always count on them. It's being raw, honest, unfiltered, to be honest. Like, we have to be thankful for the things we have, thankful for the things that are coming, but always have maybe that backup plan, or have something that will help us get to where we want to get to, or help us survive the day, which is back to it. Are you truly happy where you are? Is there something that's missing? Do you love the job you're at? Do you love the relationship you're in? Is there something or someone holding you back? So sometimes we just always have to keep in mind we can't always count on certain things and certain people. We have to count on ourselves. And it sucks, but not really, because we came into this world on our own. So we always have to rely on ourselves. No one else is going to have your back. Oh no, I took away what page I was on. I think it was like 235. I had to go back. Either way, it would be nice to get a good refresher course. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it's definitely worth it, the investment. I would say get audio, because I love doing the hardbook covers, but sometimes audio is better. Sometimes audio is the best, because whether you're driving, whether you're on the treadmill, or you're just commuting somewhere, you can just hear it right away, instead of you holding a book and trying to watch where you're going. So I say audio, but if you can't, get the hardbook cover. I love the hardbook cover. All right. So this one, Overcoming Under Earning, I think it's a really good book. Now, I didn't finish it, but I'm working, the one I'm working on right now is this one, which we'll get to it. But I didn't finish it because it has to do a lot of like journaling kind of, and writing things down. So if you're really into like writing things down, putting down your thoughts, which is important, because if you want to reach a goal, it's good to have things written down. So this one, Overcoming Under Earning, the 5 steps to a richer life, I recommend, my coach recommended it to me, and it really just talks about our fears with money. One exercise that's really important that I'm actually, let's do real quick. I know from the top of my head, but so basically one of the exercise is, how would you feel if you were given earning this much money? Let's say $100. Well, I would feel like shit. I need more, right? How would you feel if you earn $1,000? Okay, it's still low, but we're getting there. How would you feel? And so on, you get the point. Like if you had $5,000 and so on. So it goes all the way up to, I think, like $100,000, and it actually maybe even more. But it's an exercise to know your feelings, of your fears, of, am I deserving of this? And what is it like? Am I this? No, this is too high. I don't deserve this. Like, but why don't you deserve it? You know what I mean? So it was a reality check for me. And if any of you guys are going through that, or you have money fears, this is a really good book to face and really good book to help you with that. Because especially with, I mean, and it's not just for women, it's everyone, but women in general, because we do get paid lower than men. But like, it just goes to show how much fear stops us. And, you know, and who said we can't earn that much money? Who said you can't earn 100, you know, K a year? Who said you can't earn $1 million? Who says? And why do we stop ourselves? So that's a good exercise off the bat. And like I said, Overcoming Under Earning by Barbara Stanny. Again, I'll have the books down below. And this is the one that I'm reading. I'm on chapter 5. Actually, my battery's dying. I'm on chapter 5, and everyone told me to read it. I've been reading it. I've been really intrigued. I've been learning a lot. I've been learning from myself, learning from others, and it's Think and Grow Rich. Now, there isn't anything wrong with that terminology. Now you're thinking, Elena, like, or maybe you're not thinking, but you're Elena, yes, get it. But there's some people that are totally not for it. But the thing is, like, we should be all deserving of living a life where we don't have to work paycheck to paycheck. We don't want that. That's why we have to switch up the game. We have to learn. If you're not born into luxury, if you're not born into money, you can earn it though. And you have to think, how can I earn it? And the way to learn is through books. And then not even just books, surrounding yourself by people that believe the same thing and surrounded by people that know what they're talking about. So Think and Grow Rich, this is by Napoleon Hill. Super recommended. This is the #1 bestseller, published in 1937. So right now, in the beginning, I wasn't too interested in it. Like, I guess it didn't gravitate to me. But little by little, let me see if I can remember, like, something that, like, I don't know if I wrote anything yet. Other book that I was reading, I wrote stuff, a whole bunch of stuff on this one. But this one, because I was either at the gym or something, I didn't get time to write anything. But there's some good stuff too. Wait, I folded some of these pages. These also require to do some exercises or coming back to it, which is good. Okay, here's 18. Okay, here, I'm going to read this off. So, where and how he learned the art of converting defeat and stepping stones to the opportunity. In an answer to these questions, the book is written. The answer is called Description of 30 Principles. But remember, as you read, you may be seeking to the question you have caused pondering over the strangeness of life. You may be found in your own mind through some ideas, plans, or purpose which may spring into your mind as you read. So our mind, like that part of it, our mind definitely wanders a lot, and it's very powerful what we think of certain things and how things go and so on. So that one, I think that was the description of it that intrigued me. Let me see. I swear I've folded more of these so I can go back to it. Maybe I didn't fold enough. So they're going through different stories. From what I'm reading, he's going through different stories of different people, and they're kind of sharing their perspectives of how they see how money is. I know there was one example of like earning like 50 cents or not earning anything, and how they look at the perspective of money. Oh, here's another one. I wish I had a summary for you guys. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, this is the exercise one. This has to do with faith, and if you believe in faith, and how is faith applied, and knowing that you believe in faith. So it goes through a self-confidence formula, and this self-confidence formula is actually pretty long. I think it's like about 6 steps, which I think is important to do. I'm just gonna read the first step. We're getting to 40 minutes. The first step I know and I have the ability. This is something that you say to yourself and practice. So it's important to practice. So the first one, I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistence, continuous action towards its attainment, and I hear and now promise to render such action. So that's the first step, telling yourself. Let's do the second one. We already passed 40 minutes. Second, I realize that dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reduce themselves in outward. Physical actions gradually transform themselves into physical realities. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts of 30 minutes upon a daily task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in the mind of a clear mental picture of that person. And it goes on. Like, this is a lot of practice that you have to do with getting confidence with ourselves. Like, you guys, I'm all about confidence. And the book again, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I was in chapter 5. Let me go back and put that, because if not, I will forget. Yes. It's important, you know, that we have confidence within ourselves, because, and this is with everything. You know, I'm all about body confidence, but this has to do with confidence within ourselves and within what we can do. We need to reinforce. It goes all the way back to reinforcing who we are, reinforcing what we can do, not limiting ourselves. Because if we limit ourselves, that's the only thing that stops us. That's the only thing that stops us from getting to our goals. So don't allow that to stop you. Don't allow that from achieving your goals and dreams, and always push forward, because you never know. Things will get there if you believe it. You think it, you believe it. You think it, you visually, you practice, and you preach it, and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my quarantine life. Also napping is one too. And I need to pick up the pace with my business stuff too. So it's, I don't know, you know how it is. You're being quarantined too, so you know how it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Doritos, the books, and the Netflix. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the Netflix shows, if you guys watch them. And I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you. And if you've read any of these books, again, I highly recommend it. And I have more books that I recommend. But if you guys are like this type of videos, let me know in the comments and we can do that. So thank you again. Stay safe. Use lots of hand sanitizer. Use lots of lice. Make sure you have toilet paper. And if you don't have toilet paper, use wipes. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.